Hi everyone, welcome back. In today's video, I am going to show you guys how you can use Asana to create your project management dashboard. Once you log into your Asana interface, this is what your dashboard would look like. So for today's demonstration, we are going to play with a bunch of examples so you get a better understanding of how to use this platform. So you're going to go under the project section and you're going to click the plus icon and you can click new project. So you can start a project from scratch, or you can choose a template, or if you have a spreadsheet, you can upload that too. To make our process easier, we will go to the template section. So you can search for templates over here in the workplace section and then customize it and use it the way you like it. So we have work request template, which is where you can track all your projects that you're working on. So let's say if you are a designer at a marketing agency, you get like multiple work requests and projects that you have to take care of. So you can use this board and obviously track them here as to where they are in the process framework. Or if you have a one-on-one meeting and an agenda with your team, you can use this template as well, just to make sure that all the topics are covered during that call. We also have cross-functional project plan, which is very efficient. This is great if you are working with, multiple stakeholders and teams and you want to coordinate with all of them to make sure your project is running in the most effective manner. So for our demonstration, we're going to use this template and we're going to give this a name. So I'm going to call this a LinkedIn campaign project. So our dashboard is ready. Now all I need to do is go in and make those adjustments. So our main focus is going to be the list tab over here, which is where 80% of the work would happen. So we have different tabs over here known as planning, milestones, next steps, and things like that. And of course, you can add section based on what you're trying to achieve. So let's say I am running a LinkedIn campaign and I am working with like multiple stakeholders and I want to coordinate that process. So the first part of the process is planning. So I'll keep it the way it is. And I am going to change the list item over here, and under planning I'm going to add a task that says research on previous campaign performance and build a strategy deck. So these are two task items that comes under planning, and we will be assigning this task to people working on our team. We're going to set the due date over here. So we want to finish the research by tomorrow, and we want to build a strategy deck by this Thursday. You also have a priority tab, which is where you can set the priority as high, medium, and low. And if you want to edit these options, you can always do that by clicking over here. So this is high priority right now. Building a strategy deck is not as much of a priority, so we'll put that as low. And we have task progress section, so we'll put this as in progress. This has not started yet, so that is updated and looking good to go. You also have a add field section, which is where you can add any of these fields that would be necessary to make your project more efficient. Next, we have the creative execution phase. So I'll put this as creative execution, and our task would be to develop the assets. And after that, we want to work on the deployment stage. Media team would work on deploying these assets, and I don't want this section, so I'll just select that and go over here, click this 3 button icon, and I'm going to click delete task. And I don't want this section as well, so I'll just click this icon over here and I'll click delete section, and I'll also get rid of this section over here. So essentially we have a planning phase where we want to plan how our assets have been performing in our previous campaign, and based on that we want to create a new strategy deck. Once we have that strategy deck, we're going to get it approved, and then we have to start the creative execution. So we have this step over here, and then we have the deployment stage, which is where media team would come in, and you can tag your media team over here as well so that they can start working on deploying those assets. Now let's say if there is a certain task and I want it to be a bit more descriptive, so I can click that and I will come to this page over here where I can add a description as to what this task is all about, so that way everybody has context as to what's going on in that specific project. We also have the comment box over here, which is where you can tag your team members to assign them these tasks. And if you have a note for them, you can always drop it here as well. And I'm just going to assign due dates for all of these items over here. And this is how you're going to create your dashboard on Asana. It's a very simple dashboard, but very handy when it comes to understanding how this platform works. So this looks great to me. Now we have the board section over here, which is where you can see this list in a board form. So next we have the timeline section, which is where you can see your project in a more Gantt chart format. So a really helpful way as well is to see where we are with like a certain aspect of the project. Next we have the dashboard, where you get more detailed insights into the projects you're working on, the number of tasks you have, and things like that. We have files section, which is where you can attach files related to your project into the system. Next, we have the overview section, which is where you're going to get basically a summary as to what this project is, who are the people working on this project, and basically a higher level view of what we just created. And you can also click over here and set status. So if you're working with like multiple projects, you can set it as on track, off track, at risk, and things like that. So everybody in your team is aligned as to what's happening. So for instance, this project is on track, so I'll set that as on track. And I can also add a little summary section over here and next steps as well for my entire team to keep track of it. And yeah, that's essentially how you can use Asana to build your project dashboard and to manage it in a more effective manner. So then we have a campaign planning project over here as well, which is where you're going to see we have strategy development, brainstorming and asset creation process, campaign execution and monitoring process. And we have all these tasks, due dates, priority, and things like that mentioned over here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I kept it very practical. Like, this is how I would use Asana. I can go into more technical details if you would like to see videos like that. So let me know in the comment section below, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye now.